Good morning. Today is the day. I finally get to launch my Scent with Love collection, which I am super excited about, as it is fast becoming my favourite collection, I have to say. Sorry, I was just refreshing my computer so that my laptop worked. Right, okay. I need to put my goggles on. Actually, I need to give them a clean so I can see something. Fabulous. Got some people joining us, which is lovely. Morning, Maxine. Happy Friday. Morning, Josephine. Thank you for joining us. Morning, Michelle. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Philippa. Hi, Sandy. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Yeah, can't wait to show you. Really excited. So, oh, it's all flashing up so quickly now. I missed them. Hang on. So, oh my goodness. Oh, crumbs. Gosh. Right, Philippa and Gemma and Penny and Joy and Carol and Jill and Angie and Francesca and, oh, they're missing up too quick, and Eleanor, sorry, and Anne and Mary. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anybody, and if I did, I'm really sorry. Hi, Sue. Hi, Brian. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sharon. Oh, fabulous. Excellent. Well, I hope I didn't miss anybody off. Morning, Marilyn. I just give people a little chance to find us. Morning, Judith, and to come on. I'm taking it that you can hear me. Nobody said anything. Morning, Maxine. Thank you ever so much for your order, and I'm glad you've got your goodies and everything, and I'm glad you love it. Morning, Wendy. Morning, Pauline. Okay, so this is fabulous. So thank you so much for joining me. Like I say, hi Patsy, hi Katie. I'm so pleased, and thank you, Brian, that you can hear me. Would have been great if I'd done it all and there was no sound, wouldn't it? Oh dear, never mind. Right, what was I saying? Right, I'll say the last few hellos, and then I'm going to flip the camera and start showing you all the goodies. So, oh, I missed it again. So, wow, we've got some people all over the place. I've got Val, I've got Jane, and we've got Debs in sunny Cyprus. Oh, fantastic. Have a wonderful time. And Vanessa and Adrene and Lynn. Right, okay. So, I am going to flip the camera. Like I say, I'm super excited about this. It's called Scent with Love, and I have to say it was Hazel that actually named the collection. When I showed her one of the designs, she said, oh, can we have a Scent with Love stamp? Well, yeah, okay, that's lovely. And I think we'll call the collection that. So thanks, Hazel, for that. I have pinned a list of stockists to the top of my page, which I did just before I came on air. And they are available from 9 o'clock, which is now, or just gone, and they're available from Dragon's Papercraft, from Craft Stash, from Let's Create, from Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, from Maximum Crafts, and from Craft Bliss, and they are winging their way across the pond to America, to Simon Says Stamps, and they are also winging their way to Australia, to Arts and Crafts Online Australia. So they will probably be with them, I think Simon Says is early next week, and Arts and Crafts in Australia is towards the end of the week. So, yep, so it's lovely, worldwide. How nice. Okay, right, I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you all the different designs. I've got some design team inspiration to share with you as well, which is amazing, as always. So thank you ever so much. I have to thank Hazel and Emma and Marion and Joe and Philippa, and I want to thank Kaz as well. Now, Kaz hasn't made any cards this time, But Kaz is still helping me very much in the background with the YouTube videos and stuff like that. So, and I'm sure she will be posting some cards on her own feed as well. So, yep, can't do it without the design team. They're just amazing. If you want to see all the inspiration, the Pinterest boards, I've made them live this morning. So if you go to pinterest.com/Julie Hickey Designs, there is a board for every single stamp and stencil that's in the collection, and all the previous ones as well. So if there's anything that you want to have a look at, then yeah, just go and have a look on the Pinterest boards. And I know lots more people have joined, so morning to everybody who else has joined us. I am going to be back tonight at 8 o'clock for another live, so I've got some more inspiration to share with you. And then over the weekend and early next week, I'm going to be doing some lives as well, showing you how to use the products. And I've got a workshop coming soon. It's all done and ready to go, so that's fantastic. So I'm going to, bear with me, I'm going to flip the camera and we'll start having a look at the goodies. Let's do that. Okay, let me get my camera. That's not too bad. Okay, so I'll start with the, let's move these bits out of the way and I'll bring them in one piece at a time. I'm going to start with these. Look at these beautiful samples. This is using the Scent with Love stamp set. This one is actually a shaker box. It's got a shaker bit in the top. Isn't that beautiful? And that was made by Emma Smith. And it's lovely. It's pink and red and black and white. And we've got the Scent with Love and the flowers. I love how she's done it on pattern papers, actually. It's beautiful. And she's paper pieced all the flowers. There's lots, if I can tip it up, there's lots of layers in there. It's just stunning. So Emma Smith has made that one. And then Philippa, yes, I need to see lots of love. I need to know that you're loving the collection, okay? And also, like, it's really nice, the design team, to know that you're loving the bits that they've made as well. So always nice if you can, sorry, as well. So if you can always, that's it, lots of love. Wonderful. Okay. And then this is something that Philippa made as well, which I think is just gorgeous. She's made a little box that she's put the envelopes on. And she's coloured them beautifully. I love how she's done all this like shading with the grey underneath as well. It's so pretty. And then inside, she has done a selection of cards and envelopes. All the envelopes have been stamped as well. And how pretty are these? Now, I'm only going to show you these two samples, and then I'm going to show you the actual the actual stamps, because that would be quite good, wouldn't it? This is just the top of the envelope. How clever is that? Just beautiful. I love this. This would make such a fabulous workshop, Philippa. Love, again, just the corners of the envelope used. So beautiful. And then she's used some little stamps that you get in the set as well, just to fill in down the side. So it looks like a border stamp now. Who would know that that was an envelope stamp? This is what I mean by the design team. They are so, they're so inspiring, even to myself. You know, I just love it. And again, just look at this down the side. And that's just, I think it's been done with a grey ink pad. Just beautiful. I know Hazel does hers with pencils sometimes, but I think that's actually, it looks watercoloured. So I think that's actually a pen or an ink pad. Just beautiful. And I think that would make a fabulous workshop. And if you'd like to see it as a workshop with Philippa doing it, then please comment and maybe I can twist her arm. Okay, so I'm going to move these beauties out of the way just so that I can bring... Actually, I'll put them up the top there. No, I won't. I will move them out of the way because I need some room. Sorry. Okay, so in the collection, there is the first stamp, which is called Scent with Love. So this is what the whole collection was based on. So I'm going to put the stamp set down, actually, because the glare and what have you. So I did... I have to say I copied Hazel for this. I love how she stamps everything out, because it's really nice to be able to see all the sentiments and everything properly and up the right way. Sometimes we have to put things on their side in the stamp sets and the sentiments on their sides, and so you can't always see them properly. So I've taken note of what Hazel does, and I've stamped everything out but so that you can see it properly. So Sent with Love comes with Sent with Love, I'm here for you, sending love, just for you. And then you've got the sprig, you've got 3 little dots, you've got some daisies and the heart. And then obviously you've got the beautiful big Sent with Love design. So that is the first one in the collection. And then second in the collection is, and I'd say it's probably my favourite, and I know it was Emma Smith's favourite without a doubt. Although I don't know actually, because there's another stamp coming up that I also love. So this is Birthday Blooms, and we've got obviously the big focal point flowers, which absolutely adore. And then I did 3 other flower heads as well, so that you can build up little collections of flowers. In here you've got happy birthday to a truly wonderful friend, love kisses and birthday wishes, and hope your birthday is full of love and laughter. So try to do something a little bit different. Oh, thank you. I've just seen some of the comments going up. Thank you so much. That's so lovely. Sorry. It means so much to me that you're all loving this and everything. So such lovely comments. Thank you. So this is Birthday Blooms. So that's the second stamp set. There are 4 large stamp sets in this release. Sorry. But when I was drawing, it was like, yeah, okay, could have that as well. Okay, so this one is called Fancy Foliage. I love this stamp set. This stamp set is just beautiful. So in here we've got some sentiments as well, and I love the font. The real simplicity of the font is just gorgeous, and when you see it on the samples, I just love it. So in here you've got, today is the oldest you have ever been and the youngest you'll ever be again, and that's from Eleanor Roosevelt. Today is your birthday, a day just for you, enjoy every minute whatever you do. Then you've got the little sprig as well, and then may all your birthday wishes come true. And don't count your candles, just enjoy the glow. Which I thought, I really like that. And I love, honestly, when you see some of the samples, oh, just love that. So that's the third stamp. Now I wonder if I can move it up a little bit so I can get a full stamp in. Okay, so the fourth one is my Heartfelt Sunflower. So this one, you've got the beautiful big flower, and it's got the hearts, so it had to be called Heartfelt. And in here you've got wishing you a day as special as you are, wishing you everything wonderful, and you are wonderful in every way. And again, I love the plain fonts with the fancy fonts. Oh, just, I'm in love. And honestly, when you see this one, oh, you love the sentiment about the cat. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I really like that one too. Okay, so that's Heartfelt Sunflower as well. So that's the 4 big ones. And then we've got 2 little ones. So we've got the Happy, which honestly, I just think these are going to be invaluable. And they are on so many of the samples. And it's a similar font to the Sweet Pea die set alphabets. So if you wanted to add a name, it's going to look really lovely on with this happy birthday. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments and I must concentrate on what I'm doing, and I will go back and read all the comments. Yes, so the Sweet Pea alphabet is very similar. So if you wanted to add a name to a card, it's going to look really good all together. So in here you've got the Happy, obviously. Then you've got B, so you can do Be Happy. You can do Happy Birthday. You can do Happy Easter, Happy Anniversary, Happy Wedding Day, and Happy Valentine's Day. So try to think of lots of different sentiments you could use with it. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I love these with the Happy. And then obviously we've got the birthday. So we've got birthday girl, birthday boy, happy birthday. Then we've got happy birthday to you. And we've got birthday wishes. So again, I just think they're really versatile. I love the font. I think it's great for male, for female, for old, for young. I think it just goes across the board. Absolutely fabulous. And then we have 2 stencils. So we have Backgrounds #1 stencil. So if that isn't a hint, I don't know what is. There will be more to come. We've got a lovely stripe one. We've got lovely diamonds. We've got the mesh, and then we've got this. It's like a dotty diamond, so it's diamonds made up of dots, and then it's got a different bit in the middle. But you'll see it in the samples. I should have maybe stenciled some so you could see it properly. And then I've got another one called Beautiful Blooms. Now this stencil will stand alone and can be used just as a stencil. Oh, and I have to say that this actually says stencil and mask, and I do apologise. It's all been printed. There was nothing I could do other than we'd have to have scrapped the lot and had it reprinted. And for the sake of just explaining, there isn't any mask. It is just a stencil. So I do apologise. But to save all the cost and time and effort of redoing it, I decided that I will just explain it is just a stencil. But this stencil coordinates beautifully with my Beautiful Blooms die set. So if you already own this die set, this stencil means you can die cut your flowers. Bear with me a minute. So you can die cut your flowers and you can stencil the colour on through your stencil. So if you already own these dies, you really should be treating yourself to the Beautiful Blooms stencil. You can also add the die cuts on the top so that will work as well. So I've coloured it with the stencil. I've die cut it, coloured it with the stencil, added the thin die cut on the top. But you can also go in and have fun with your pens as well. So these I've just gone in and added details to. This one, that one's a drawn one. And then that one is the stencil, but I've added some pencil marks to it as well. So that stencil is going to be really versatile if you already own Beautiful Blooms. And if you don't, when you see the sample cards of just the stenciling, it's standalone as well. So, but if you have the dies already, then it's perfect to go with those. So that is the whole collection. So I am going to put it away now and get some samples out. So I'm going to go through in order. I'm only going to show you half the inspiration this morning, and I'm going to show you half tonight. So for the cards that I want to share, this is the Sent with Love one that I made that went on the front of the collection and what have you. So I've got the stencil in the background, then I've stamped and coloured my stamped image on the top, and then cut a little made the sentiment into a little label and added a little bit of twine. So that was my first one for Sent with Love. And then this is Emma Smith's. This is beautiful pattern papers that she's used, and then she's actually stamped onto papers and she's 3D decoupaged all the flowers. So we've got some greys, some reds and some creams which reflect in her papers, which just look beautiful. Isn't that lovely? And I love how she's done the envelope in a colour as well. And again, Emma has stamped in black, but she's put clear embossing powder on the top, so her stamping always looks really lovely and shiny. It's beautiful. So that's Emma's. Then this one is from Hazel. And this one, Hazel's used the stencil in the background. She's done it onto craft, which looks lovely. How lovely does that birthday look as well? And she's stamped one of her envelopes in the background and coloured it with white with picket fence distressed oxides. And then this one she's coloured, but then she's put clear embossing powder over it. So it's all shiny. So isn't that absolutely beautiful? Do you know what? The thing that I love most about having the design team is I just love all the variety in the cards, and it just shows the versatility of them. So I'm saving the rest. Oh, I'll bring back the others in. So we've seen Philippa's lovely box envelope. And then I'll just show you Emma's again quickly. So again, beautiful shaker, lots of dimension with her flowers, stamped and embossed onto coloured papers. So she hasn't coloured anything, she's literally stamped and cut out. So just the versatility of it, how different everything looks from that one same stamp set. So let me move those out of the way. Now we've seen those. And I will come back. And next up is my birthday blooms. So with birthday blooms, this was the first card that I made with them. Oh, I absolutely love this. So a little bit of the stenciling, which I cut out and layered up onto my card. So just a really different way to use a stencil, but to make it part of a background. And it just meant that my flowers were popping off my card. And also I've used the birthday, and I love just cutting round it, not difficult. And I did the same with the happy as well. And again, I stamped and I used my clear embossing, my clear embossing powder on it. So it's again VersaFine black, but with clear embossing on it. And I just think it looks fabulous. And a few glosses. So I love that card. I was really happy with that. And then one from Emma, where I love what she's done with this happy birthday, with all those different embossing powders in all those colours, and it's all glittery and sparkly. And she's absolutely in love with this flower. So many of her cards had that flower on it. So that's why I like giving you the extra flowers in the stamp set, because I just think they're so useful. It just gives it a different look. So I love that with the embossing in the sparkly colours. And then I love this from Marion. Marion and I have been having quite a discussion this week. I think her cards are absolutely beautiful. I don't think anyone does white space like Marion does. I love how she's used the stencil, and they're linked together to create a background just for the flower to be stamped in black on the top and the sentiment. But she's just added, I don't know if it's glossy accents. I think it might be glossy accents as opposed to clear embossing, but she could have done it with an embossing pen and put clear embossing powder on it. But the little details in the little stamens in the flower and on those leaves, I just think that is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And then this one from Philippa. I love how she's used the flowers around the edge, but she's done them in the blue to tone in with her background. I love how she's done this background. And then she's stamped and cut out the flowers just in black. She is the queen of clean and simple, isn't she? I quite agree, Philippa. She won't have it, but absolutely beautiful with how white it is, and it just stands out off of that background. And then the lovely happy birthday to a truly wonderful friend. I didn't read that out, did I? Where's that stamp? I don't remember. Oh, I think I've left that off the stamping. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, there it is. I'm sorry. I didn't remember reading that sentiment out. I'm sorry. It is. It's one of the sentiments. Going mad now. And then I had this beautiful card from Hazel. Hazel wanted to combine some of her beautiful designer series that she had. So she wanted to include her fern stamp and her fern die, and it just works so beautifully. And I want to point this out. It's a beautiful frame card. So she's got one of the flowers on the front with the fern, and she's done the stripe from the stencil. So they're so easy to line up. So she's done the stripe down the side, but when you open it inside, she's done the stripes going across the card. So it's just beautiful. Yeah, big respect to the design team. I totally agree. I absolutely do. When you see the variety of the cards and how different everything looks, doesn't the fern work beautifully? How gorgeous is that? So she's got the little fern and she's got the big fern. We've got the flowers and a sprinkling of little flowers too. And then again, that beautiful sentiment. I really do think, I love how the fineness of the plain fonts, and then the beauty of that scripty font too. So good, so good. So they're all the samples I'm going to share with you at the moment, but like I say, I have got more to show with you tonight. I'm keeping them for the 8 o'clock one, so I've got something different to show you. So you need to come back. You definitely need to come back. Okay, so that's birthday blooms. Let's pop that up there. Next up, we've got the fancy foliage, which is one of, I do love this. Like I've been saying, this is fast becoming my favourite collection, I have to say. So this is one of the birthday cards that I made. Just stamped it out. At first I thought it needed to be greens because they're leaves and everything. And then it's like, do you know what? Why does it have to be green? So I picked 3 of the watercolour pencils. So I know I did a thing about them the other day. So I don't know what I've done with, oh, they're here. So lots of my samples have been coloured with the Aquarelle Staedtler pencils. I mean, look at the price, so good. So I have been using them an awful lot, and that's what this has been done with. So stamped the birthday on the card and I heat embossed it. So I did it with the VersaFine, just my normal black VersaFine, and then put clear embossing powder on the top. But just love the fact that it's all shiny and raised and it really pops off your card. But then I cut out the 2 borders and did them opposite ways so the colours worked across. But yeah, I love that, and I think it's good for so many different occasions as well. I love this one from Philippa. So she's put, today's your birthday day just for you, enjoy every minute whatever you do. And she's cut the edge of her card to reflect the lovely shape of the leaves, and then she's got the bit of the design on the inside as well. And again, the happy birthday. I mean, how beautiful is that? You would never think, like, just looking at the front, and then you open it up and it's as beautiful inside. Stunning. Now I know I don't know if I might actually have forgotten to show you because I know I've been starting to do some of the insides of my cards. Oh well, never mind. If I find them, I'll show them. This is the first one I did with it, where I felt they had to be autumn colours, especially because that's what's happening for us at the moment with the weather and what have you. I embossed my Today is Your Birthday Day Just for You onto vellum, and did that with platinum embossing powder, which I all know I love. And then I've just got little bits of the diamond stencil in the background, and then a sprinkling of glosses as well. So yeah, I was really happy with that one. I do think the stencils are just going to be so useful for so many backgrounds. And then Hazel goes to make something like this. How beautiful is this? Again, she wanted to combine her You're a Star dies as well. So she's used the dies from her collection, but I mean, look at this with the stenciling. That alone, just that 1 star on a card. Isn't that beautiful? And just with little elements of the sprigs. This is why I give you the extra bits and pieces in the stamp sets, because it just gives you that versatility. You're not trying to stamp a piece of the large stamp onto your card. You've got those little designs to add. She's used her stars again, but decorated them, little bits of stencil on them. You've got a stencil background. You've just got the fancy foliage in black on the background. And then she's coloured the bits that go on her star. Again, she's done the embossing. This was Lucky Clover, I believe, but she's put clear embossing powder on it. So that really makes your sentiments pop off the card. And then inside, had to, didn't she? Isn't that beautiful? With a bit of stenciling, just a little part of the design. And again, it's just gorgeous, beautiful with that happy birthday. So that's what I'm sharing with you this morning for fern foliage, and the rest I will share with you tonight. Pop those away. And the stamp set. And next up is Heartfelt Sunflower. So these are the cards I have for some Heartfelt Sunflower. So I stamped mine on the edge of my card, and then I stamped a second one and I've cut it out and layered it up, but got it hanging off the card. So don't be afraid to do that. I think it just can look lovely sometimes. A little bit of pale stenciling in the background, and then wishing you everything wonderful, heat embossed onto vellum and wrapped around the front of my card, but heat embossed with platinum and a few glosses. So just sprinkled about. Then we've got this beautiful one from Hazel, where she's used the watercolour pencils again, the Staedtler ones. But I love how she's painted each petal a different colour. And I can't believe I didn't think of it, because it's fabulous. I love it. And she's used the little dotty diamond stencil in the background, which almost looks like one of those embossing folders. But isn't it lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. And then inside, she's stamped and cut another flower out, but just used part of it, which I do think it can really look lovely just having part of a design. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. And how lovely does that sentiment look? Just stamped in black. Perfect. Then I've got a beautiful one from Jo. Gorgeous embossing. It looks like gold to me. But it's onto a spritzy background, like with mica. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? How lovely is that? And I haven't even got down to the stencils with my pastes and things yet, but Jo has put glitter paste on here and it just looks fab. And you're wonderful in every way. Again, but that sunflower, that light is really catching that beautifully. It's gorgeous. So that's from Jo. And then got this lovely one from Philippa as well. I believe, looking at this, she's created the background with her Tim Holtz watercolour pencils. So she's done it, scribbled across and done a wash. And then the beautiful layered up heartfelt sunflower in that orange. Isn't that gorgeous? And the black up above and Be Happy. Yeah, just that's fabulous. That background really makes that sunflower pop off. Look, we did similar colours. Understandable. Okay, so then we've got this card. I made this one. So again, white heat embossed my sunflower. And how different does it look against all the others? Just being embossed in white. And I've used my Happy. And then I've used my stencils and my sunflower on the inside with the birthday inside and wishing you everything wonderful. And then you open it up again and we've got Today Is Your Birthday with a little bit of stenciling. So just thought it was a really nice idea with the acetate. And it was an idea that I've seen from Jennifer Maguire. So not my idea, but had to do my version. And then from the Queen of Clean and Simple, just 2 heat embossed with beautiful embossing powder, very shimmery, pearly, shiny, beautiful. With, in fact, you know what? It actually reminds me a little bit of snowflakes. I wonder if you could get away with that as a Christmas card. You are wonderful in every way. And I love how Marion's done the twine above and below. And she's actually masked her card with some tape while she stamps and embosses, because this is a single layer card. So absolutely beautiful. So they are my cards for the Heartfelt Sunflower for now. Again, I've got more to show you tonight, so please make sure you come back at 8 o'clock. And then I will let you know when over the weekend and next week that I will be doing some making. So next up we have, I'm going to do Happy and Birthday together, I think, because some of the cards are Happy and Birthdays. So let me just grab, what have I done here? Okay. All right, so let's, right, okay, so I was looking for a happy one. Okay, here you go, this one from Marion. So this has got the happy, happy, and I'm going to quickly turn over. Oh, right. This is a baby wipe technique that there is a YouTube video coming about. So Marion is doing a YouTube video about this card, and bear with me. She is also doing a video about this card. So these will be going up in the next few days, I would imagine. As soon as Marion posts them, I will do a link so that you can find them on YouTube. So she's done a little video to explain how to do this card. So I'm not going to guess, but it looks fabulous. How lovely is that? It's all shiny as well. It's lovely. So that's from Marion. This is from myself. So I stamped the birthday in VersaFine ink pads in different colours, and then stamped the happy in my black over the top, and added little strips of silver glitter down the sides. So it would be great for a young card or a teenager. You could do them all in blues, different colour blues, whatever. So yeah, fabulous. And then I've got this lovely one from Emma, where she's used the lovely the lovely fancy foliage, and that flower again, where she's done them all on pattern papers. So no colouring, stamped and embossed them, done it with the clear embossing on the top. But it just looks absolutely fabulous. And how, you know, how fine and beautifully embossed those sentiments are. Just wonderful. Well, I'm going to put all my bits together because I'm getting a bit confused here. I shouldn't have changed how I was doing it, should I? Because I confused myself then. Well, I've got to leave some for tonight. Okay, that's fine, I have. Right, so then I've got one that I did with the happy birthday. Again, I use my Tim Holtz watercolour pencils to create the background. And I've used hazel stars and put little outlines around them. Use my rectangle die. And again, I've put clear embossing over my happy birthday. So great for that teenage card. In fact, I don't think that star's meant to be there. Oh, it's made a mark now. Never mind. I think it was meant to be down there. Yeah, great for teenage cards, things like that. Do it in colourways that they love. So I'm just making it really simple. And then I love this from Jo as well. So she's dragged ink pads across her card and then stamped happy birthday in gold embossing. How beautiful is that? I mean, how lovely does that happy look embossed? And then splats with gold ink as well, which looks lovely. So a really nice, easy card, but looks so effective. You know, if you don't have many pattern papers anymore, it's easy to make background papers out of inks and things like that as well, or with pencils. So, right, they're my happy and my birthday samples for you for this morning. So I've got some for tonight. Now we'll do the background stencil first of all. So this is, obviously you're going to see other elements from it. So this has got the stencil but with white pigment ink through it, and I stamped my flowers in white pigment ink, and then I coloured them with the watercolour pencils, and again stamped the happy birthday onto the craft but in the white, and I heat embossed that as well. So that really stands out on the craft. I love this that Philippa has done. So she's used the stencil, but she's coloured through the stencil to fill in all those little squares on the mesh. Just, it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So you don't have to do all of them. You can make them different sizes. She's then combined the colours into the centre of her flower. So clever. So clever. And a different way to use the stencils as well. So this is probably more, you know, how I envisaged them being used, using them as backgrounds. So creating that lovely little soft background around the edge of the tag and the flowers. I also, you won't be able to, I don't think I'll be able to pick it up, but I actually embossed the stencil. I cut a tag tag, and then I put the tag on top and put it through my die cutting machine. So it is actually embossed, so it's raised up. So yeah, and then just stamped and coloured some of the flowers and cut out a sentiment and a few glosses. And then, oh, I love this one that Jo's done. This is fabulous because this, she's got the stripes and she's got the diamonds and she's got elements of 2 of the stamps as well. And how fab does that look? It's absolutely stunning. So I think she's masked her card, and then she can just do the areas that she wants to with her inks. And I love how she's added that wonderful, "You are wonderful in every way," white heat embossed onto black. Beautiful. And then this one I've used, upside down, sorry. So I've used 2 of the stencil. Again, I've actually embossed them, but I don't think it'll pick it up on the camera. But obviously you can feel it, looks lovely. And I've done 2 panels of this, and I've coloured my flowers in the same colours that I blended my stencil in. And then, oh no, I was going to show all of them. And then this one, Jo was, I think it was Jo. Yeah, Jo's done this one. And I love how she's done the mesh, but she's done it all in colours. So clever. And then just the black image and birthday wishes to you. How lovely is that? The simplicity of it. Actually, Jo does lots of white space as well, really well. And if I'm going to say so myself, I think that one's quite nice as well. And I did that one. So we're quite good at white space, aren't we? And this one is the stripes, but I've done it both ways to create a lovely plaid background. So there's so much that you can do with your stencil. Can you show how to emboss it? Yes, of course. Oh, okay. Yes, I will do that. I'll make that one of the things that I show when I do a live with the stencils. So I'll show how to emboss them, and I'll also show how to heat emboss through them as well. So I'll make a list of all the different things, but yes, of course I will. So that is my background stencils. Obviously they've been on lots of the cards as well, but that's the samples that I've got for the background stencils. And then I have my flower stencils. So this is with the beautiful background. So this is where you can die cut your flowers if you've got the beautiful blooms dies as well. And then you can put this stencil over the top and colour it. And you can add the little skinny die cut to the top. Or you can die cut them, stencil them and add lines to them. Or you can put the centres on them. And I've just added extra pen details, if you like, to them. But I will show how to do all of this in a live properly. So let me just clear those out of the way. And then I've got some beautiful samples. So this one from Jo, which I absolutely love. So if you only buy the stencil, then you'll be able to do something like this, because this is literally stenciled through. Isn't that beautiful? And Jo has actually heat embossed in silver all the centres, using the centre on the stencil, and then inked through it, and then added the embossing powder. I was totally inspired by this card. I love that so much. So I'll save those in a minute. And that. Okay, so this one Hazel has done again using just the stencil. So she's put the stencil down and drawn round it, but then she's used her stencil and then she's put her other stencil underneath. So she's layered her stencils up and she's created the pattern inside her flower. She did this as a panel and then cut it down and opened it up. It's just, isn't it stunning? And then she's she spritzed it with the Pearlywinks diamond glitter spray as well. But she had a little tiny strip left and she was about to throw it away. And she's like, no, I can add it. And she's got "Wishing you a day as special as you are." Absolutely beautiful. So this is if you've just got the stencil and not and you haven't got the dies. So again, this is one that I created. So this was inspiration from Joe's card. I did the flowers in rainbow colours again. I heat embossed with platinum this time, the centres, and I wrapped my happy birthday that was heat embossed in platinum but on vellum, and added that around the front panel of my card. This is just a stenciled one as well. So Hazel did this one. She's created the background with lots of flowers, and then she's pulled out, oh sorry, she has actually, oh, her stamens have all got messed up, sorry. Then she has actually die cut her stamens, but you could do that with through the stencil with heat embossing if you wanted to. So that's Hazel's. This is another one. This is also from Jo, where she's done lovely pale pink stenciling, and then again she's heat embossed with the gold. Isn't that lovely? And look how beautiful her You Are Wonderful in Every Way looks, heat embossed. Just gorgeous. And then this one is from Philippa, and Philippa's used just the stencil again, but how lovely with the soft blended colours. And then she's stamped her black on the top for the centres, and again anniversary wishes instead of happy anniversary. That's lovely. Oh, I need to show you this one because this is so clever. When I got this card I thought, why has Philippa sent me this? Like, how is she, why is that to do with the stencil? Because she's so clever, she used the vein detail, which is here, and she created a snowflake with the vein detail for the leaf. And it took me ages to realise what that was. Isn't, honestly, so clever. So clever. It's a good job I've got a design team. Okay, so this is the bit that she used, the bit that I put on my leaf. And I stenciled this, but then I used my craft knife to cut round it and just to lift up some of my petals, not all of them. And then I've heat embossed my sentiment onto vellum. I heat embossed my centre, and I've used Hazel's Happy Birthday stencil in the background with some white pigment ink. Okay, so, oh, this is another stencil only one. I've used Hazel's Happy Birthday. I embossed this one through my die cutting machine, which I don't know if you can actually see that really, but it's in the background there. You can see it across the daisies actually where I've stenciled them. So I stenciled the flowers and then I cut out my happy and birthday. So just sprinkled them down and put a glossy in the middle of each one. Okay, then I think we're on to, right, these ones have been combined if you've got the dies as well. So I've die cut my flowers and then coloured them with the stencil, die cut centres from glitter card. But I put it onto a circle die cut from my Dinky Circles and just added elements of the stencil behind as well. And we've got this lovely one from Hazel where she wanted to combine them with her All About the Boys and All About the Girls stamp sets. So she's got that beautiful background. She's die cut, she's stenciled, die cut them, then she's added colour with the stencil, then she's stamped through them as well with the stencil. So just beautiful. So you can get so creative, you really can. And then this one from Philippa where she's used the stencil, she's used the dies, she's used the stencil to colour her flowers. And the colour combo of that yellow, of that orange and blue together is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then again, she's die cut it and coloured. She's added a centre there from another flower. That's out of Sweet Meadow. So lovely. I think that was Philippa. Oh no, maybe actually that might have been Kaz. Actually, that might be Kaz. And then this one is Philippa's. So she's die cut them and heat embossed. That is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. That is. It's all like distressy as well. Lovely. And then this one, she's used the stencil and the stamp set, the birthday bloom stamp. So she's stenciled, and I believe for the middle here, she's just stamped on the wrong side of the stamp. There was a card that Jo did like that recently, which was lovely. And then the last one for the stencils, again from Philippa. She's stenciled the stem and her flower and used some die cut elements on it as well. So this is the die cut from the flower. It's on black glossy card. And oh boy, it looks lovely. Absolutely beautiful. So that is the stencils, the beautiful blooms. You can see how much we all liked this because of how many cards. So many cards. I do love that though, Philippa. You really threw me with that one. Took me a while. Okay, so let me just lay it all out. So you've got the 2 stencils. You've got your happy and your birthday. And then you've also got Sent with Love, Birthday Blooms, Fancy Foliage, and Heartfelt Sunflower. So I'm just going to flip the camera a minute, if I can remember. I better move my chair so I can sit back down. Hang on. Okay, bear with. I do, let's get rid of that light, that's better. I do just like to say thank you because I really do appreciate you coming on, spending time with me. I'm going to have make a coffee and I'm going to sit back and read all the lovely comments. So yeah, thanks so much. I will be back at 8 o'clock tonight with some more inspiration, and then I will also post about the other lives that I'll be doing where I'll be making something. Don't forget, they are available to buy now, and they are available from Dragons Papercraft, Craft Stash, Let's Create, Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, Maximum Crafts and Craft Bliss, and they are winging their way to Simon Says Stamps in America, and Arts and Crafts Online Australia in Australia. So yes, and I have to thank the design team. I can see all your messages flashing up, but yeah, so thank you to the design team. Couldn't do it without them. And don't forget, it's all on Pinterest, so it's all on the Pinterest boards, and hopefully I will see you tonight. Have a lovely day and thank you again. Take care. Bye.